multiple major winner, multiple trophy holder. Come on, sit down here. It's Furious FalleN. Thank you very much, man. Thank you for coming.
Hello, you're welcome. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing, man?
Doing good, doing good.
Now, we got to just start by looking at the run you had here. This was a supposedly bad boot camp. This was 6 players. I saw it for myself in your practice room, and yet you guys still didn't miss a beat. What was it like for you as the leader coming into this major, obviously on the highs of winning all these trophies, but then understanding my team is not feeling it right now? Because that must have been difficult.
Yeah, it was probably very challenging for the players who were sick. I think Legenda is the one that suffered the most.
Yeah.
You could see that he had
you see he's tired.
Yeah, you could see this when this gets a little bit swallow.
Swollen like that, yeah.
So you could see that he was a little bit hard for him. But we knew that coming from all this nice moment that we had in the previous tournaments, it would be challenging. I took the most concern on the mental side of it. I just wanted to make sure that the players don't really get ahead of themselves, no? So all the opportunities that I had, I was trying to make them stay humble, trying to take out some pressure from them.
Yeah.
Because as you see, this playoffs now, I think it's 7 of the best 8 teams playing, in phase popping up as well there. So anyone can take it. So I don't want us to feel that any extra pressure than everyone already has, But I think overall, happy with the results for sure. And the way we played is super good.
I want to ask as well around the support staff that FURIA has right now. For the major, Gary's back. You've got a physiotherapist, right? You've got your coach as well. You've got an analyst here. Can you explain to the viewers at home the full FURIA way? Because when I went in their practice room, I was like, God damn, okay, FURIA's on, you've hit another level compared to what I've seen at previous majors.
Yeah, FURIA as an organization is doing an awesome job. We have Krisen here with us. We have 2 analysts, Hepa and Krisen. Hepa is
you have 2 analysts?
Yeah, we have 2. Yeah. Hepa is not here though. Hepa is from the Canary Islands.
Oh, wow.
And Krisen is Kazakh. So he's here in local with us. It helps a lot. There's always something he can show, he can point out. Even on some of the maps we are about to play. I think on the last tournament, last game we played, right before the game, he sent me a PDF of some stuff that I had to check for the game. So these kind of things. And then FURIA is providing as well Bia. Bia is our physiotherapist for all Brazilian staff, not only for Counter-Strike, but for all the teams up there, including a football team, right? Because FURIA is on Kings League, and then they have athletes like those guys probably need more physiotherapists than us, right? The legs and all those things, but she's here to help, and it's been very helpful. I have some shoulder problem recently.
Oh, no.
And when I'm playing, I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
But if I'm stretching my shoulder to the left side, I feel some discomfort. So I have been doing some sessions with her, and she's teaching me some exercises to get rid of it.
Yep.
And Gary's here as well. Gary, after leaving the coach position, became the director of all sports in FURIA. And we had the best year in trophy-wise. He lifted up so many trophies in different games, so I think he's doing a fantastic job. And then Alexa is here as well. She's our manager, always making sure everything is super correctly and working. So yeah, we have a lot of people here. Our psychologist is here as well, Marta.
Oh, awesome.
So I think we have full staff. We can't ask for anything else.
It's looking good.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think I'm more interested maybe in the in-game parts of FURIA without you kind of revealing anything. The thing that I've been most impressed with, especially with your journey, adding Jakinder and Molodoy, it's been kind of your mid-round solution. It feels like you're always calm in the game. Doesn't matter if you're a man at a disadvantage or anything. It feels like you can always somehow, some way, find a way to force rotations from the other team. Is that something that comes from you as an in-game leader, or is that more a Marek's thing, like a Kindar, or is it every single player that kind of contributes to that?
I think there's probably many different rounds where you can point that out, so it would not be fair to say that only one person is doing anything. There are times when I have the perfect read or I have an understanding of what I should be doing. There are many other times when that comes from another player. Marek is the one that normally macro-wise is helping me a lot on some of those things. So there are a lot of rounds when he sees opportunities and he's going to be calling them. But it also comes from other players too.
Yeah.
And I think it's just that when it comes to the middle rounds, we have stable and kind of punisher players in terms of preserving the space they got and making sure that if they try to take the spot back, they're going to lose players as well. And that makes our life easier because as soon as we get some ground, we know what to do afterwards. So I think we have like a good players in terms of taking our time to make our decisions and then manipulate or understand how they're reading us as well. So I think our reads are very good in that sense.
Yeah, and was this like, if we just go back to when you picked up Ikinder and Molodoi, is this something that you were like kind of actively searching for that was maybe missing in the other Furia with Cello and Skulls, that these are like specific sets of abilities that we need to get better?
On T side, honestly, not much. I think on T side, we also play a good game on the other teams as well. But I think the thing that changed the most was a very big speaker in terms of playing the right positions on some maps. And we tried that with Cello at some point, tried that with Caserato. And then when Ikinder came in, he was doing some of those roles. Caserato was doing others. And then after a few games, we're like, we need to put Ikinder in all those positions where he can also be leading on the CT side too. And, you know, Con, Mirage, short on this too. They're outside on Nuke. Like, those are positions where you're going to be making choices and making sure that people around you understand those choices. And this was definitely the thing that I think we lacked the most on our CT sides before. And then, of course, it helps that we also have a more impactful Alper as well. Like, Molodoi is playing better than I was on the last years. And that helps a lot. And I have been trying to adapt myself to the role that I have been given. And I think that's kind of a role where you can play smart. Like, sometimes avoid fights, sometimes just make sure that some things are going to happen together instead of being this guy who's looking for fights all the time. So it actually fits as well my style.
Has it helped you as well to have someone like, you know, Ikinder? Because you moved into a lot of anchor positions, right? Where you are playing alone, you usually don't get to maybe take part of all the information on the map by yourself. And a lot of teams struggle with putting an in-game leader in an anchor position just because he cannot make those decisions, right?
Yeah, if I didn't have Ikinder, it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
You definitely need a player who can speak for himself so others can understand and play around him. But yeah, if Ikinder doesn't have his own traits in that regard, then we probably would suffer a lot, because it is a requirement, I think, to play high level CS, to have on those positions someone who not only going to be able to shoot but also to make choices.
Yeah.
It's really impressive that you've been able to do this and mix it in. But I want to ask, going back to before you put down the AWP, was it personally hard for you to do, you know, after all these years? Was it like a bit of ego maybe coming in and saying, I don't want to do this? Because a lot of people might look now and say, well, why did he not do this before? Because obviously you are performing very well on the rifle. So can you talk to us like about your perspective on this?
I don't think there was too much of a ego battle. First, because I already accepted that many Alpers out there who were winning tournaments before us, they had strong Alpers and doing on their jobs. And I tried to compensate that because I knew I wasn't playing on their level for quite a while. And
but you were also leading.
Yeah, so I was doing a lot of things. So I was leading and playing the Alper, and a lot of times also probably mistakenly, but also overstepping and doing things that I shouldn't, because I felt that something had to be done in a round, and then someone is not reading as I am, and then I'm going for a play, which technically should be covering someone, but I'm going for the Alp, so stuff like that. But I had understanding that their star players are just very, very good, like the likes of Monesi, Zayu, Shiro, you know, like they're always performing with any rifle, even including with rifle. So I knew that I had to output them, not in the same way they do, but I had to make sure the others around me are playing well. And of course, that's a good trait, but as an Alper, if you're doing all that, then you're not Alping, which is a problem too. So when we thought about going for different roles, I was like, why not give it a try in a different role? Because I know that I can help contribute. I can still call well, and I can play for others. That's going to be a good trait. And maybe it's going to be perfect, because those are the things that you need on a player like that, right? So all I needed to do is find the right Alper. That was another thing as well. Like, why didn't you do it many years before? Honestly, we don't have a Brazilian AWP that plays on the likes of Monesi and Zayu for years now. I think the last one was me in 2017, 16, you know?
We get hyped up about some of these Brazilian AWPers that come up, but they almost seem to, like, they get there, but it never pushes to that kind of a level.
Yeah, but it's so hard to play like them play as well. It's kind of being a little bit unfair, you know? You want them to be playing like Zayu, man. Nobody can do it. It's just him, bro. Like, maybe Monesi a little bit here and there, but it's just like in other sports, you know, like, you're hoping that you can find someone who's going to be as good as Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, because they're playing right now and they're just too competitive. And honestly, we're a little bit lucky that we found Molodoi, because he's close, you know, so it's great for us.
I have a question about you switching also. Could you explain the difference for you in terms of calling with being a rifler now compared to an AWP? Like, what is the biggest differences? Is there something that's harder for you now? Is there something that is easier for you now in terms of calling?
Yeah, so the way I like to structure the game has always been with a lot of shared responsibilities. I don't consider myself someone who is too expert or too strict on the way some micro things are going to be done. So even when I was helping and calling, a lot of things and responsibilities have to be shared because they have to do stuff that is combined but on their own way, and sometimes even change by themselves. And that's where, again, someone like Mark helps a lot because he understands the macro on very similar level or even sometimes better than I understand. And he has the ability to change the way he does things according to what he thinks is best, according to the opponent, and according to the way he has been doing before. So he has the self-awareness that if I'm going to do that, I understand what macro-wise what we're saying, but I'm going to change the way it looks like, so it's going to be better for me. So he's always bringing those things. And when I was leading as an AWPer, I would sometimes I would be having to take care of this for someone else, but it's so difficult to tell someone those things, like how you're gonna do things is so complicated. So
especially when you wanna keep your eyes on the
exactly,
top.
so it's complicated. So now that I'm rifling, some of those stuff I can do myself, like take some reactions when I see opportunities. And for example, there are situations mid-round where you wanna continue applying some pressure in a spot. And sometimes I understood that we had to do it. But then again, how much you can stretch, how much you can go for this pressure as an AWPer, and how much another rifle is going to understand how much you want it for it to become a liability later. It's just a tiny and small line, So now it's easier. Sometimes I feel like, hey, guys, I'm going to pressure this. You guys can do that. And then I kind of feel the sense, okay, this is enough pressure. I'm going to stay alive. And maybe I can still help. Maybe another teammate's not going to understand what I mean when I say, hey, go apply pressure. He's going to look for a kill. We're going to go all the way. And maybe he's going to get a kill. Maybe
you
he
just
doesn't.
want to, maybe
then,
a B player to stay.
Yeah, sometimes you understand that this is enough, like killing or not. It's not going to matter now. And I stay alive for a 2v2 or something like that. So as Alping and IGLing right now, I feel like it's almost impossible on this CS2.
That's what I wanted to ask.
Is it just because of the pace of the game, or?
I would think that now everyone plays so reactive that when you are Alping and IGLing, you want some structure that you can rely on and you understand what's going to happen and you position yourself in the right places, you get some kills and you call from their point on. But now you just need, so much stuff is going on at the same time, so much reactions are being taken, and it's hard to do both at the same time, honestly. It was easier before. So the game's faster, reactions are faster. So I think you can see the batch better as well rifling than you can as an AWPer now.
And for you, I want to look at just how did you get to this point, of being able to have so much impact with the rifle now? Because we've seen other people try to go and rifle after coming away from this, and they struggled. Did you just go to some DM more? Did you start individually practicing more? Because I'm going to glaze you a little bit here, FalleN. You were looking sharp in these games. You can sometimes take over the game with your rifle.
So, I mean, I would consider myself a little bit more technical than a skill-wise player. So always when I'm playing, mainly on the CT side, I'm trying to be technical rather than being strong aimer. I don't think I can go for a match against Spirit and think that I'm going to out-skill Donk every time on my position, right? If I'm playing those cards, then it's going to flip on his way many more than on mine, Yeah. So I understand that on the roles I have to play, and I think it suits it. A lot of anchoring positions, all you have to do is don't give a stupid kill, make sure that things are going to go their way. And then because my teammates are playing so strong, sometimes just surviving is enough. Sometimes just making sure that I get one kill and then I'm traded afterwards. And so that's one trait. I'm always making sure that I'm playing a little bit more technical than this way. Second thing as well is, many of these positions, you need to organize the way you're going to defend. And which utility you're going to use, how you're going to cycle those things, when to use, when not to use, when to fix stuff. So I think this smart game I always had, and I'm just reapplying it on the new role. And on the T side,
I think I'm most impressed with.
Yeah, on the T side, there are a lot of times. I think there's one specific way of playing the game that's been lost in the last years. That is making sure that you're going to be traded on many positions. And I'm willing to go and die for someone to trade, but this trade is going to be guaranteed. I think openly than others.
At dying for my
exactly, but this is underrated.
It's so good. Sometimes you just need the speed into a side.
I'm going to give you an example. Where lockers on overpass. There's a guy on the left side. It's Robs. I'm first. Yekindar is second. There's a big chance. if I try to kill Rops, he's gonna insta kill me and have a good chance of killing the second one. And you know, that's why those guys are good, because they're gonna multi-kill, right?
Yeah.
But if you jump, there's no way they're gonna multi-kill. Like the chances are so much
run
less.
over.
Of course you're gonna die, but the trade is guaranteed. And I don't think there's many players who are gonna think like that during the game and have the smart thinking like, this is enough now. I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk giving this guy a multi-kill. And for example, I remember when we were at skate times, Taco would do that a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Very underrated in that regard.
And selfless. He was always
And it's something that the numbers cannot show. Like you cannot see that. You need to understand CS and watch the game to see the value of it. And I see FlameZ sometimes doing stuff like that, but I don't really see any of the newcomers, even tier 2 CS, anyone sacrificing for the other teammate.
We used to have an anti-strat for Kenny S back in the day on Dust 2, where we would go lower with like JW, Schneider, Flasha. I would strafe raw top mid, and Kenny S would shoot me, and they would
So
go
they
out
can get the
mid-door.
trade. How much is that worth, right?
It worked
Kenny
like
S down,
100%
and
of the
then
time.
top mid down. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, literally.
And it's like, minus Kenny S, why not?
Exactly. 4v4 now, no Alper.
Yeah.
like trading me for Kenny S. This is a good deal.
100%.
Yeah,
Good deal.
but I do think the game like that often on T side.
Yeah.
So there's many times when I'm going to be jumping, and it's exactly this jump that makes a whole difference, because the ball keeps going, right? You get this trade, and then one other wing on the other side of the map or another kill, rounds over. So I think like all those combinations is making my position in the game worth now. And it only works because my teammates are strong too, because of course it sucks if you're doing all those things and
And you
still
don't
not
get the result. Yeah.
getting the result. I'm going to say maybe that's not how you should be doing it. But because I have strong teammates, it's working well.
And there's another thing I want to talk about a bit, because I saw this was they went 3-0 and it's like 11 p.m. at night and he's watching back the game straight away afterwards. Is this a regular thing you do?
Doesn't
Because
matter the result.
you guys are grinding. Everyone was in there. Everyone's watching.
Well, it's funnier and cooler to watch as you win, but if you lose, you have to watch it even more. So it doesn't matter what happens, we're gonna watch regardless.
But you still have that that internal clock, right, to go back and look at it and think like, this is what's needed. You're still that motivated, because I've seen many teams go 3-0 and then, okay, it's my chill time now for a bit, you know? Like, I'm not saying there's a right or wrong way, but obviously like you view this as something very important. And when I saw it, I was impressed.
Yeah, some
But
people.
has it always been like this in all your teams, or is it just like now? It's now with
No, it's
these
always been like
individuals.
this.
Always.
Yeah, every team have been.
Okay.
I personally, I always watch. It doesn't matter what happens. If we get stomped or we stomp, I'm always gonna be watching, and to see how it goes. And even more when we lose, because when we lose, you want answers, right? Like, and I think a lot of people, they wait to watch the game together or a day after, just because you can be very hot-headed as you lose a match. And I mean, I'm past for the moment when I'm watching a game to blame someone else on the team or something like that. So I'm watching more macro-wise to understand if there's something I need to learn or something that they're observing better than I am. And then sometimes I rewatch to see more into my roles if I'm doing something wrong. But then you can use the tools as well. You can use the websites and all those things. Yeah, but I think it's important. Important part of getting better is trying to collect as much important data that you can, and watching then is the first one, I guess.
And then another thing I want to look at is when I'm seeing you guys, so you don't know this, but Devilwart does. When we're in the green room and we're watching the games and we're doing our job, we have a normal screen that shows like the game. Then underneath that screen, I have a screen with just player cameras. So I can see everyone's player cameras the whole time. And my idea for that is I'm watching to see what the team works like, the team synergy, to see if anyone's tilting. You guys don't tilt much. You like there is frustrations, like Molodor will have a reaction or Yukinda will not be happy. Yeah, that's understandable. That's more on himself. But I'm not seeing that you guys there's an argument or there's a disagreement or there's something. Am I missing it, or is it really this good on the teamwork side?
I would say that 95% of the time is just like you were saying. But of course, there will be one or another moment where expectations are in something and someone is just going to be off page, you know, and then of course it's going to bring a little bit more tension. But overall, I think that the ability to stay composed and reset fast makes a lot of difference, even more now on max rounds 13, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's a team game, and you have to be able to play for yourself and play for others as much as you can. You have to be able to play strong and also make others stronger around you. Because if you're strong but you're making everyone else around you weaker, then it's a team game. It's not going to work. And we have many examples of that in Counter-Strike. And, you know, it's an important trait. And it's something that we take care of. And it's not perfect. I think it's never going to be. But I'm quite happy with the way it is. And when I say that, I'm worried about making people stay humble and stay oriented to the roots of what we believe as a core, as a team. I'm specifically talking about those things. I don't want us to come to the major playoffs now, or even here on first stage. Oh, we're supposed to go well, and then you have a hard match, and then people already blame each other for something. Like for me, with the experience that I have, those are all signals of different problems. It shows up as someone frustrated with each other, but it's always deeper on my view. They're doing that because of something they don't like already, or because of a position that the other person has that he didn't really accept. So one of the things I told my teammates before the tournament is, we know a lot of strengths and weakness from everybody on the team. Like, we understand each other well, and we have to accept them. Like we all the things that we accepted to get to the position we are now, we have to still keep accepting it. We know someone's going to be weaker on one thing on the game, stronger on another. And if you twist your mind just a little bit, and then someone's going to be baiting a little bit more than they should on your mind, and then we're complaining, So you gotta stay strong in the game, otherwise you have no chance.
And there's one more thing I got to touch on with you, because we've spoke many times over the last few years about, it might be the last year, might be retirement time, but you're now back to winning ways. Has that changed the goalpost in your mind? Have you had that conversation with your wife that actually maybe now's not the time to retire?
I mean, it's a topic that it's a little bit embarrassing already, because we have been talking about it. And after I had this first talk on Imperial, I kind of learned my lesson not to talk about it anymore, because you don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, but definitely, like, the way I see it now is we started transitioning for a possible retirement on the beginning of this year when we decided to go international. I knew I had to put other people in my roles for the team to keep going and get even better. We started with the Alper role. We worked pretty well with Daniel. We're super happy to have you on the team. And if I'm going to be retiring, maybe this year or maybe next year, doesn't matter. We're going to need another IGL as well. So that's the next thing I have to replace on the team. And, this is one thing. So sooner or later, that's going to happen. We're going to have to replace someone in terms of getting the IGL as soon as I leave. And that could be now in January, could be December, or after first major. I don't know. I still have to decide. But the second thing is, now it's for myself, right? More like individual. It's great to think about living at the top, right? Like, finally, I reached number one again after 8 years. So one side of me is like, okay, you have done your job, like, live at the top. Do you really want to spend 6 months more? How it's going to be? But the fact that I really like to stay with those guys, and I like the atmosphere, of course, it helps when we're winning. But overall, I think it's a great team to be around. Yeah. We really have fun together. We work well with each other. That kind of pushed me to play more. And even if we don't win anything last year, like, if the atmosphere in playing is as fun as it is, I think it's worth it. So I'm never going to be judging like 6 months from now if was it worth it. For me, it's more about the daily basis. It is fun to be playing with them, so it helps a lot. And yeah, me and my wife, we have some talks to have, like, we have other plans as well. But in the end, it's super difficult to live at the top too, because you don't know how much further you can go, right? Like, I leave in January, then what? Maybe we could be winning more tournaments, make an era, you never know. So disregarding all that too is hard. So yeah,
I have a question. Do you remember when you coached me in CSGO?
When was
it was
that?
Just, I think it was some American tournament.
P13, right?
Huh?
You're playing on P13 or no?
Yeah, exactly. And you joined in right? for one game to just coach us in an official match.
Was it Dust you?
Yes.
I think so. You played with Peter, right?
Yeah.
Peter, and what was the name of the other guy? The American guy? Canadian guy?
Anger.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
What is it? What is this? What happened?
It's true.
It's true.
It's true. I think it was in Los Angeles, close to Los Angeles, California. Yeah.
I think it was when you joined Luminosity, must have been.
A little bit before I joined in, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Did I give some good insight? I don't remember.
I remember one thing you said to me. I was a little bit nervous on B side and buying too much time. And you said, Devilwalk, you know this. At some point, you have to take the duel. Not give them too much space.
Okay.
Now that I remember on B doors.
Did it work?
It worked.
You won the duel?
Yes.
There we go.
Imagine he goes to plat, takes the duel.
And he's like, no, this didn't work.
That's good. Yeah.
I remember that.
I'm never taking the duel now, though.
Time to change.
Sometimes you have to. Yeah, sometimes you have to. Good.
So last thing before we let you go, FalleN, is looking at this. You are favorites for the major right now, but you already telling us how you're making sure your players are humble. You're coming at this the right way. First of all, tell me about how is the energy in the team, and is the health improving? Are people getting better now
Yeah.
to be ready for playoffs? Because you got still a few more days.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but Yankees looking a little bit better already. I asked him percentage. He told me 60% now. So yeah, we have
That was
more.
today?
Yeah, we have many
Oh,
more
that's
days to
good.
go. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. It's on the way. I think we have been playing good. I think it's going to be very challenging. There's many. I think all teams can win here, literally.
Yeah.
It's just in a. Everyone's playing such a high level that it's going to be to whoever can get that round that matters, that clutch that wins the game, all those things. So yeah, I'm very excited to the tournament. I think we have a good chance of winning too. I think we have been playing strong. I'm very happy with performance from everyone in the team. I think I played well in the first stage as well, and I think it's going to be hard to keep it up on the playoffs. But I can contribute in many other ways as well. So I'm not too oriented on my stats or anything like that. I'm going to be playing for the team. And as long as we believe in our game and it's our day, we can make it. So yeah, we've got to keep
I
believing
mean,
it.
118 at a major as a
Exactly.
rifler ain't bad.
118, bro. Maybe next time was 16 of the Naup. I don't know. That was pretty good, yeah.
And obviously for the Brazilian fans, it's been so long since Brazil has been able to be this hyped about a team with the opportunity to win a major. It's you again. What would it mean to you to be able to be the one that delivers it once again if you are that man? Like,
Yeah, it'll be cool, huh?
it's wild, right? 9 years later.
Yeah, it's a nice story. I mean, all my career.
I mean,
had
you have an
many-
advantage, best of 5 finals, right?
Yeah.
You don't lose
Technically,
those.
Yeah, stats will say that, but it's every game is a new coin flip. It doesn't. What you did in the past doesn't matter on the new coin flip. But yeah, I think for me, it would personally be a great achievement, being able to conquer the top again. And the major marks is very symbolic, right? Because
Yeah.
I have many wins in other teams, and we always remember from the major, right? Nobody talks about the ECS that was harder than the major. Nobody talk about some pro leagues that we won, but the majors are always going to be there. So, yeah, and also be part of first major for all the teammates as well would be crazy cool because I think they're definitely great players. Maybe they're going to have a chance to win more tournaments and more majors, but being able to lift the first one of them would be magical. But yeah, I prefer not thinking much about it. We have to go game by game. We're still far.
Okay, that's understandable. Well, FalleN, thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
You're a legend. We appreciate